Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Danny Litt Show. I'm your host, Danny Litt, with episode number 5, Chemtrails and Weather Modification Explained. As always, why don't we begin this show by taking 3 deep breaths in through the nose together all the way. And let it out with some sound. Let's go again. And let it out with some sound. 3rd time's the charm. And let it out with some sound. We're rocking. There we go, baby. There we go. Rocking the jacket with the Lions Not Sheep shirt. Whoever made this beautiful clothing line, I'd say thank you very much, whoever you are. I'll promote you on my show because I love it. I love it. Lions Not Sheep, baby. Shout out to all my lions out there. Shout out to all my warriors of light out there, the ones that are actually seeking truth, seeking spiritual enlightenment, growth, figuring out why we came back to this place, figuring out that soul contract we signed, and figuring out the lessons that we're here to learn. Because you know what? We're here to learn something. Most people just want to drift through this reality and just say, no, it's fine, blah, blah, blah. We're the ones to get it every single day. So congratulations to all the people out there that have stayed so strong over the past ridiculous 5 years, stayed so strong in the face of adversity, in the face of communism and all these scumbags that want more for them and less for us, right, ladies and gentlemen? More for them, all for them, and nothing for us. And you know what? Screw them. That's their prerogative. We are lions, and we're not going to be sitting around waiting for these scumbags to rule over us any longer. It's 2025. Weren't we supposed to be on spaceships to Mars by now? And what do we have? We got Elon Musk and a fake Tesla in space. This is the best they can do. We went to the moon 50 years ago, ladies and gentlemen, but we've never been back because we lost the technology. The technology is lost. We don't have it anymore. Sure you don't. You know why they didn't go to the moon in 50 years? Because they didn't go to the moon 50 years ago. They've never been to the moon. They can't go to the moon. The moon is a self-illuminating body in the sky. God made 2 lights, one greater to rule the day, one lesser to rule the night. It's called the sun and the moon. They both rotate around us. And if you think anything else, you're in la la land, completely programmed by the same people who are spraying our skies with the chemtrails that we see almost every single day. So we got a lot to talk about here, ladies and gentlemen, today. I told you the show's not going to be all love and easy, although I am going to keep things as lighthearted as possible. Today's a big one. I've been called a conspiracy theorist for so long for just saying, hey, look up, look up, and use your own 2 eyes to see what's going on in our skies and look through the lies, because if you didn't hear it on television, it never happened, right? Sure. Trump tariffs. Trump tariffs, everybody. I'm so scared. Trump tariffs. It's enough. Who cares? Let it go, man. You know what? You care about the aluminum industry as much as they care about you. Zero. Nobody cares. Canadians have tariffs on so many products in the hundreds of percentage points. Who cares? It's the end of the world, everybody. It's the end of the world again. Remove Ukraine chip. Boop. Remove Israel chip. Boop. Oh, insert tariff chip. Boop. Tariffs. Oh, tariffs. Oh, God, I'm done. And meanwhile, the government's spraying our skies almost every single day with chemtrails. So we got a lot to talk about here. Sorry for the delay. I've been getting set up with some new technology, and there is a learning curve to doing all this. I'm still pretty new with my podcast, so thank you so much for tuning in. To all the beautiful people out there, all of the beautiful lions out there, yes, it's a beautiful day to be alive. This is episode number 5, Chemtrails and Weather Modification Explained. So let's start doing this, baby. Let's start doing this. Here we go. What is that? What is that? Wait for it. Oh, what did the pilot just do right there? He just shut the engines down? He just shut those engines down? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I think what he was doing was he actually shut off the chemtrail dispersion. Now, what is a chemtrail?
The contrail people. So get this. Here's a car that I just detailed it and got it ready for sale. They were spraying aerosol chemicals in the sky. So I'm using a clean new razor blade to scrape this dust up. Look at that. It's magnetic particles. See all this dirty filthiness everywhere. This happened after it rained just a couple days ago, and a lot of people like to tell me this is all just brake dust. Well, that's a lot of brake dust. And for anyone thinking this is pollen,
Oh my God.
barium, strontium, a couple elements in climate engineering right there.
Wow. Unbelievable. Wow, the rain is metallic and magnetic? Wow. That's got to be a coinky dink. It's just a bunch of brake dust from everybody. Yeah, brake dust. So I show you the plane spraying nonstop at the beginning intro of this video. You look up outside the sky. It's like clockwork. Blue sky, chemtrail, rain, snow. Blue sky, chemtrail, rain, snow. Blue sky, chemtrail, rain, snow. Blah, da, da. How many times do I got to say it? I've been called a conspiracy theorist for so long that I just don't care anymore. Just look up and see for yourself. Blue sky, chemtrail, snow. Blue sky, chemtrail, rain. That's it. That's how easy peasy it is. I should be the freaking #1 meteorologist of the century. Blue sky, chemtrail, rain. Blue sky, chemtrail, rain. Duh. Wow, I must have an IQ of a freaking 180. That's what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. So we have clear footage of planes just spraying nonstop. We have metallic particulate fallout that's coming from these planes. And what happens with that fallout? Well, one thing is we breathe it in, good stuff. And two is you can see the effect it's having on the tree life and vegetation. So you might notice the tops of trees have been dying everywhere that chemtrails happen. And the reason I understand that this is happening is because all of this metallic particulate, which consists primarily of alumina, goes into the soil. The trees will uptake this rainwater that's contaminated with all these nanoparticles. And then the tree has arteries, veins that go to the top. The tops of the trees die because this metal will actually clog the arteries like a human heart. So the tops of the trees die first because they're not absorbing this rainwater and nutrient because all this metal has cut it off. So if you're an arborist or if you're a gardener and you've been looking outside and wondering why so many trees have been dying, well, there's your answer. The other answer is all of this metallic particulate acts as massive mirrors. So when the sun blasts through all of this garbage, it creates this mirror effect, and the UV levels of B and C go right through the freaking roof. So the tops of the trees die because sometimes when you go outside, you can't even look up. It's so bright because you're getting higher levels of UV and UVA, UVB, and C levels that are smacking the tops of the trees. So the trees can't uptake the nutrient they need because of all the metallic particulate in the soil, and they're getting blasted with higher levels of UV because of the effect it has in the sky. Let's see what, Danny's a big conspiracy theorist, right? I'm a big conspiracy guy. Don't listen to Danny, terrible guy, but I like him, but he's a little crazy. He's a little nuts. What is the former director of the FBI? I'm sure he doesn't know what he's talking about. Let's listen to Mr. Ted Gunderson here. Let's see what he has to say about all of this.
The death dumps, otherwise known as chemical trails, are being dropped and sprayed throughout the United States, in England, Scotland, Ireland, Northern Europe, and I have personally seen them not only in the United States but in Mexico and Canada. Birds are dying around the world. Fish are dying by the hundreds of thousands around the world. This is genocide. This is poison. This is murder by the United Nations. This element within our society that's doing this must be stopped. I happen to know of 2 of the locations where the airplanes are that dump this crap on us. 4 of the planes are out of the Air National Guard, Lincoln, Nebraska, and the other planes are out of Fort Still, Oklahoma. I personally have observed the planes that were standing still in Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska, at the Air National Guard. They have no markings on them. They're huge bomber-like airplanes with no markings. This is a crime against humanity, a crime against America, a crime against the citizens of this great country. They must be stopped.
They must be stopped, ladies and gentlemen. They must be stopped. And don't listen to Dan. He's a crazy conspiracy theorist, and definitely don't listen to the former head of the FBI in the United States, Ted Gunderson, who came out and said exactly what this is, what's going on. Death dumps. That's what he called it. Death dumps. I'm so sick and tired of walking outside and seeing my beautiful, beautiful blue skies being completely obliterated by these chemtrails. I know Dane Weedington from geoengineeringwatch.org, so don't call them chemtrails. I'll call them chemtrails. That's what they are. They're chemtrails. These death dumps, every single time I go outside to suck in that beautiful sun, God's beautiful light, all of a sudden I get blasted with chemtrails and the sun gets blotted out. The sky just goes gray, no clouds, and I'm supposed to be happy. So this is a big reason why I'm doing today's podcast. I said not everything's going to be easy on this show, but I'm looking to get through to one person out there today, because the pilots who are doing this, the government scum that are enabling this, what a bunch of scumbags that are literally dumping poison on the children of this world. And they do it because, my pension, gotta release those death dumps there, buddy. This is so sick. I can't believe I'm talking about this in 2025. It's 2025. We're supposed to be looking out for each other and making this world a better place. And instead, what do we have? We got death dumps being sprayed on our head every freaking day. It's really disgusting. And all the people involved, they know exactly what's going on. You know what they do? Nothing. You know why? Because they're scum. Because they have no backbone, no tailbone. They'll keep doing the same crap over and over and over again. So if I get through to one person today, I want you to remember what I said before. Blue sky, chemtrail rain. Blue sky, chemtrail rain. Duh! And once you get that, once you start seeing it, that's when you're going to start thinking, that guy Danny, you know what? Maybe he was right, because we need the sun. That sun revitalizes this spiritual being. I need sun. And I can't stand the fact that these people are doing this to us every freaking day. I didn't swear, ladies and gentlemen. All right, rant over.
What is wrong?
Let's keep going. So, what do we got? Okay, so the chemtrails are one part of a 3-part operation. The second part of this operation is radar. Okay, so if you drive on the 400 North around Aurora King Side Road, you're going to see this big white dome. This they call a weather station. This is a NEXRAD radar. They say it is to read the weather, but it is not. This is a weather control device, and they are strategically planted across Canada and the United States and the world. So here's the current map of the radar that is across Canada. You can see the range of all of these towers, and they are strategically positioned for a reason, because the storms can come in, they turn these radar on, and they can control exactly where the storm goes. Ta-da! That's how simple it is, ladies and gentlemen. Look how many of these radar there are. Mark Carney, the new crime minister psychopath who all of a sudden pledges allegiance to the king in Canada without a democratic election, just said that he's going to pledge $6 billion to a new radar system in Canada. That's democracy in action for you. Tariffs! Well, tariffs, $6 billion is going into a new radar system for what? To monitor our big enemies like Russia. Oh, Russia, 50 years of Russia. Or is it because they're installing a control grid, potentially with more capability to control the weather? Here you can see one of these proper NEXRAD radar stations. There you go. Inside that big dome, you have radar. What does this radar do? You start seeing little hints here on the radar screen. How about we go to something a little bit better? This is what these radar do. They're all over Canada, the United States. They're all over Canada, the United States. And look what these radar can do. Next rad reflectivity. Look at the hurricane over Texas and watch as those radar turn on in one big array. They literally control the entire grid, and they turn these radar on enough to make a storm move anywhere they want it to. That is the way it works. That is the way it works. You have chemtrails in the sky releasing particulate. Either it will be metallic particulate that can be pushed or pulled with these radar, or it'll be chemical. So they can make artificial snow or rain. So this is what they're doing. Look at the absolute beauty of the synchronicity of these radar blips. Look at that. They can literally control the weather any way they want. This is what's going on in 2025. This is what's going on. Okay, so we're almost there. We're almost there. We got chemtrails in the sky. We got NextRad radar on the ground across North America and the world and growing every single day. And this is what's going on. But there is one more piece. There's one more piece to this big puzzle that Dane Wigington doesn't really talk about. And I'm going to share that with you right now. So you got chemtrails in the sky. You got radar on the ground that can control the weather. So you wonder why some days you'll see the ripples in the clouds, these perfect ripples. You're like, when have I seen ripples in the cloud? That's the radar spanning out. And you see ripples in the clouds because the radar is literally, the frequency is literally moving the clouds. But wait, there's more. There's one more big piece to this whole thing I'm going to share with you today. And that's called WSACs. Let's take a look together, ladies and gentlemen. This is from a website called Weather War 101. I don't know what happened to the guy who used to run this site because he was really getting close to the truth. And
the hot water in the kettle gives off water vapor to the air by rapid evaporation, just as rivers, lakes, and ponds give off water vapor to the air by slow evaporation. As the hot water-filled air hits the colder air near the ice tray, the water vapor turns into clouds of tiny water droplets floating in the air, condensation. When the air is quite cold and cannot hold any more water droplets, they collect together to form larger drops, as on the ice tray. And being too heavy to float in the air, they fall back to the earth as rain.
this is the third component, power plants. Power plants. $7,000 power plants across North America. Keep watching. Keep watching. You take coal, you take nuclear, you take natural gas, you burn it to boil water. The steam runs the turbines, the steam is recaptured in a loop. What happens if you let that steam out? What happens if you let that steam out? This. You make it rain. You make it rain. Power plants have literally been stopped from being built because of the environmental impact statement that was generated from these power plants. You let the vapor out of the towers. They're called WSACs, wet surface air coolers. Wet surface air coolers. And all of a sudden, you can make it rain. all of a sudden you can make it rain. You can make it rain. All right. So there you have it. There you have it. 3 parts to this weather modification program that so many people think I'm a conspiracy theorist about. Having seen all that, you still think I'm a conspiracy theorist? You still think that? Like I said, if I can get through to one person on this podcast, fantastic. Because I've only researched this for like 10 years. No big deal. Danny's a crazy conspiracy theorist. It's unbelievable and it needs to stop. That's what's going on now. I mean, are we too far gone? Maybe. Some would say that this 7,000 power plants, this is the culmination of the Rockefeller family's full control of the energy sector across North America. And they are denying us free energy. And these power plants keep running unnecessarily because we are tied to the grid, which was never supposed to happen. Nikola Tesla invented wireless transmission of energy over 100 years ago. And what happened to his invention? His entire place was burned down. It's 2025. You don't think there's free energy out there for us? You don't think your hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month in bills could be mitigated or eliminated? You don't think that's true? Well, I can tell you they have a problem. And the problem is when you're heating water to run these turbines, something has to happen with that elimination water, with that steam. So this is the third part. You got chemtrails in the sky. You got radar on the ground controlling the storm systems. And then you have WSAC, wet surface air coolers on the ground as well that can literally put enough vapor into the atmosphere to make it rain anytime, any place they want. Why would they do this, Danny? Why would they want to do it? Why would they want to do it? Well, I don't know. Let me see here. What do we got? Oh, yeah, before I got one more thing to show you. This is
Europe has their own Doppler network called Opera,
Europe's own Doppler system called
which is the
Opera.
counterpart of NexRad, with
NexRad.
over 200 sites nationwide.
This is worldwide. Like the grid is expanding. This is the matrix. Why you're all concerned about?
With these cleaned up radar images, it's harder to find clutter anomalies, but they're still apparent.
If there's a hurricane, it's because they allowed the hurricane to happen or made it so. That's the formula. That's so. The big question, Danny. Why, Danny? Why? And I guess it is 2025, so I have to give a shout out to this paper, Weather as a Force Multiplier, Owning the Weather in 2025. A research paper presented to the U.S. Air Force in August of 1996. This is almost 30 years ago. And let's just get to the good stuff, shall we? Why, Danny? Why? Why indeed? Why indeed? Here you go. Whoops, sorry. Here you go. Why? Here's your why. Degrade enemy forces. Precipitation enhancement, so you can make it rain. To flood the lines of communication, reduce their effectiveness, decrease comfort level and morale. Okay. Storm enhancement, deny operations. Precipitation denial, stop it from raining entirely. Space weather, disrupt communication, radar, destroy space assets. Space doesn't exist, but that's fine. Fog and cloud removal. Oh, they have a little bit of blanket cover, remove it. This is 30 years ago. Where do you think we are today? Detect hostile weather activities. Exactly. So now we're talking weather war between nations. You're trying to make it rain. I'm trying to make it stop. Enhance friendly forces. So precipitation avoidance. So stop making it rain for our forces, increasing the morale and maintaining visibility. Storm modification. Choose battle space environment. Space weather. Improve your communications, your radar. Fog and cloud generation, increase concealment. All of a sudden, a crazy fog comes in. Where did that come from? fog and cloud removal, and defend against enemy capabilities. So this is all here. I'm going to post this in the description so you can read it. Imagine 2025, the U.S. is fighting a rich but now consolidated, politically powerful drug cartel in South America. What are you going to do? We're going to rain them out, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to rain them out. So unfortunately, the way things go, you got these people, some people maybe with good intentions, and maybe this is going to be used for wartime measures. But what's happened is across Canada, the United States, and the rest of the world, we have a situation. We've got chemtrails being blasted on our friggin' heads almost every single day. Go outside, you're going to see it. Chemtrails, rain. Blue skies, chemtrails, rain. Blue skies, chemtrails, rain. So I'm just getting this out there because I have to. I can't take it anymore. The effect on the human health is so unbelievable. The effect that this is having on the children of this world is undeniable. And I hope that I have reached at least one person out there that has a conscience, has a soul, that is connected to some of these pilots, especially. And let's get these sons of bees to stop one day at a time, right? Let's get these sons of bees to stop. The only people that could have the power to do this are the federal government. The only jurisdiction over the skies would be the federal government. So if you ever speak to one of your members of parliament, MP, tell them that this is not right. You'll be able to see the lies right through their eyes. Many of them know exactly what's going on and will never do anything to change it. Why? Because of my pension. Because these people don't work for us, do they? No. They work for themselves. Don't get distracted by tariffs and nonsense. Tariffs! It's enough. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Danny Litt with episode number 5, Chemtrails and Weather Modification Explained. As always, I'm wishing you the greatest happiness, health, love, success, financial abundance, and everything that your heart desires. And I hope that I woke at least one person up today to this beautiful reality of what's going on. And this might not be a beautiful part of it, but we are going to make this world better every day together. God bless you. Have a great day. Stay positive and look up. You're going to see exactly what I'm talking about very, very soon. God bless you, everybody.